Jack Moxham in goal. Across the back, Nicholas Sorensen, Jackson Gilman, Gavin Wetzel, and Casper Svenby. Arnau Villamitjana and Tomas Badore. Miguel Bertrand rounds out the midfield, and across the top, Jacob Redenfors, Albert Thorson, and Grayson Carter.
And notable there, first career start for Jacob Redenfors for the Panthers, the freshman. Wonder what went into that decision for Jay Vidovich, maybe trying to get a little bit more production out of his wingers, provide some service. And Pitt already been shut out twice on this season, David, once against Georgetown earlier in the year, and then Friday night lost 2-0 to Notre Dame. So trying to generate a little bit more offense and a good opportunity for Redenfors today.
Panthers playing all in white from right to left. Incarnate Wood in all black playing from left to right on your TV screen tonight. Right now it's Nicholas Sorensen, left back on the ball. Pitt will look to impose their possession game on UIW. Try to spread the ball around and spread their opponent out. Gavin Wetzel playing it to Jackson Gilman there. Notre Dame game the other night was a tough one for the Panthers. The Irish really stifled Pitt through the midfield, really limiting them and getting obviously the first goal, but they added on to it to seal the victory.
Yeah, you don't always see 73% possession in a loss, huh, David?
Not very much at all.
That's what Pitt had Friday. 10-1 advantage in corners against Notre Dame, but lost the match 2-0.
Notre Dame really played a deep block, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Incarnate Word doing something very similar tonight. That was certainly the approach they took against SMU a week ago. Wetzel there was looking for Grayson Carter out on the right-hand side. Carter played 90 minutes in the Notre Dame game. He's been really making an impact for this Pitt squad. And here you see Albert Thorson breaking away. Gets a shot off, hits the post, but gets his own rebound.
Well, you love to see that early on here, just the third minute, David. I think it was Roshane Baker back, the center back for UIW, that misplayed that ball. Thorson took advantage. He did not slow down. He was very aggressive at the top of the formation for Pitt, and really near perfect placement in that bottom right corner, but ricocheted off the post. But still, I think that's a great start for Pitt to get a chance like that.
Yeah, early shot on goal never hurts. Thorson definitely went for finesse rather than power.
Right.
Just didn't quite get turned in by the post, but a bright start for the Panthers.
Well, you were a coach yourself, huh? Did you teach your players to pass the ball into the net sometimes? Sometimes it's that simple, huh?
Whatever it takes to get it in there for sure. Now Incarnate Word has the corner. It's looking like Noé Robles over there to take it, deliver the service. They have scored from set pieces recently. Service comes all the way across the top of the box. They'll look to see if they can recycle it back in. Here's Padilla with the cross. It's headed away by Svenby.
And good to see Svenby getting the start, too. Has been battling injury and illness in the early going this season, and he is the reigning ACC Defensive Player of the Year, and Panthers know how important he is to what they do. So absolutely great to see him starting in his comfortable right back spot.
And here we see Svenby on the ball, connecting with Carson. Tries to thread the needle through to Thorson, but it doesn't come off. Torres broke it up. Panthers win it back quickly. Evan Krenzel gets the Cardinals going the other way. Out wide to Tober.
I think that's going to take some getting used to for Redenfors. Is Nicholas Sorensen, at least last year, his natural position was center back, and so he's playing out on the left for Pitt. Redden Forest is going to have to make sure to keep an eye on that winger for UIW. Tober making that run and had a lot of space.
It's definitely something the Pitt coaching staff's looking for out of all these guys, is to play both ways, up and down the field. A little bit too high. Interesting for UIW Cardinals, they have a set of twin brothers playing the fullback positions for them. Avanish Kamath, number 18, over here at right back, and Arush Kamath playing left back over on the far side.
Yeah, both those guys JUCO transfers for the Cardinals, and head coach Kiki Lara very happy to have them come in for this Incarnate Word team, and so they're doing really well. Both of them can play both sides, and like you said, tonight we've got Avanish on the right side, Arush over on the left, at least to start.
Moxham now look to distribute out of the back. Picks out Villamet-Jana. Connects with Svenby over on the right. Definitely a slow build for the Panthers. The Cardinals, not as compact as we saw Notre Dame come in here the other day, not as deep. They're a bit more open, a bit more lively. And there's a little bit more room in the midfield for a player like Villamet-Jana as a result. Now we see Carter driving from the right. Plays the ball into the middle. Bertrand cannot quite get there. And De La Torre is able to gather.
Yeah, saw Svenby get involved there a little bit on the right side as well. Tried to make a run. They didn't find him, but he seems to have more energy, I think, tonight than he has all year. And he's gotten off to a bit of a slow start. We mentioned he hasn't been 100%. And he's going to have to be for Pitt to start to win as many games as they expect to win this year. And good to see Svenby getting the start. This is his second start of the year. He started on the road at Clemson as well. But he's looking like himself, I would say, through the first 7 minutes.
Sorensen plays a longer ball. Thorson's given chase. Roshane Baker able to clean it up and bang it back up to the midfield. Here you see some banging bodies. Badore fighting for it. Villamet-Jana. We see our first foul of the game in favor of Incarnate Word. UIW out of San Antonio, Texas. Largest Catholic school in Texas, I've been told, Jason.
Yeah, we talked to head coach Kiki Lara yesterday, and we ended up talking to him right about 5 o'clock. We were wondering, David, if maybe he was watching the overtime of that Dallas Cowboys game, but I was on the bus with the team and enjoyed our conversation with him. He had a lot of good things to say about his program and the culture that they've built there, and just seems very excited about what his team can do, and expects the Ohio Valley Conference to be very tough this year, but thinks his team will be able to compete. And said he's got a really cool group this year. He likes the leadership they have, and thinks they could be in for a good year.
Here comes Redmond Force driving down the left, looking to connect with Thorson, but it doesn't quite come off, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals. It was interesting just reading up on the history of this program. They started out in 1986 as an NAIA program, made the transition to NCAA Division II, and in 2013 made their way to Division I NCAA, and Coach Lara is determined to make them a key player on the Division I scene, and is really building a strong program at the Division I level, building off the history from their previous experiences. We know what a great state for soccer Texas is, so a lot of great resources for them, and a lot of these players on this Cardinals team are from the state, a lot of local players, and they're really able to bring these guys in and get a lot out of them. Now we see Incarnate Word attacking. That's Noah Robles. Can't quite feed it through for Krenzel.
And a nice block there from freshman center back Gavin Wetzel for Pitt. I think Jay Vidovich has been really pleased with him. You have to be if you've got the courage to start a freshman center back, and I think he's done a really nice job. You can just see anytime that he commits a giveaway or the Panthers turn it over, he's determined to win that ball back, and he made a really good tackle in the Clemson match as well, and he had to retreat. Clemson, a very pacey team at the front of their formation, and he will put his body on the line to make sure that the ball does not go in the net.
Yeah, definitely a clean player, tidy. Pitt patient with their build. Here we see Badore, who I see has a captain's armband today, so he's clearly been named second captain alongside Jackson Gilman.
I was going to say,
for a few years.
We hadn't seen that yet until tonight, right?
Yeah, right. Well, I think you told me he got handed the armband in another game when Gilman came off. But he seems to have earned it on a permanent basis now. Delayed offside call there, the flag going up.
Yeah, I believe it was the Butler match a week ago, David. Mentioned to you that Jackson Gilman was subbed off, exchanged the armband to Badore, but now you've got each of them wearing the armband tonight, and it says a lot for the Oregon State transfer to earn the armband his first season with Pitt.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Badore. Really great distribution. He's a workhorse in that holding center midfield position. Really great distribution, and he's feisty little Argentinian fella. Gets after it. Now Pitt looks to break. Carter knocking it out wide to Svenby. We'll see if he drives. Looks to play it across. It gets broken up, but Villamitjana finds it again.
And David, we've talked about, those couple Pitt shutouts, what they can do to trigger more offense. Carter ends up playing what is mostly a square ball there to Svenby. I think if you can get that ball out in front of him, have him run onto it and beat that back line, might have been a better spot. Not an easy ball to play, but will do more for you than playing the square ball to Svenby on the wing.
Pitt looking to attack again. Bertrand out to Redenfors, but he can't save it.
Yeah, the official.
His flag on. It's going to be a goal kick.
Center referee Austin saying he wasn't looking at his AR on the opposite side. Good catch by you.
I don't know if they still teach it, but back in my days as an AR, they used to teach you to crack the flag to get the referee's attention. But
that's right.
I think they got headsets on, don't they talk to each other? But Redenfors couldn't save it. Now Della Torre is going to bring it out with a booming goal kick. Pitt looking to play through the midfield again. Cardinals take it off him. That's Noe Robles out left, but he's offside. Interesting to note also that while the Cardinals do have two brothers playing left and right back, that Noe and Diego Robles are of no relation, the centre midfielder and the centre forward. Although you did ask about that, and I think that was an interesting observation, but of no relation.
Well, when I looked at their lineup from one of the recent matches and I saw the two Kamaths in there and I saw the two Robles, I just assumed they had two sets of brothers, but as you noted, Coach Lara told us that's not the case. The Kamath are, in fact, twins, but no relation between Diego and Noe, even though they do like to hang out a lot, he said.
Brothers on the field. Another big kick by Della Torre, but Pitt's able to win possession. Gilman finds Sorensen, returns a favor. Gilman incorporating Moxham. That's going to be a turnover and an Incarnate word throw in. Kamath coming over to take it. He and his brother, both LSU UNICE transfers, played at the JUCO level for them. Svenby concedes the foul. Pitt's had a lot of the ball early on, so this will be a nice little break in the action for the Cardinals to be able to just settle down a little bit, get their foot on the ball, and take advantage of a set-piece opportunity. Looks like Noé Robles with the kick. Too high. Goal kick to Pitt coming out.
Yeah, they're going to want that one back. You always want to at least give it a chance. It's a position, probably not much of an angle for a shot, but you want to provide service there that could threaten the defense and the keeper, and couldn't quite execute there.
Here comes Sorensen down the left, looking for Bertrand, able to connect. Bertrand evaluating his options, has a scan. Finds Badore to Gilman. Moxham will reset.
Yeah, Dave, it's been interesting too. I think early in the season, Jay Vidovich kind of wondering whether Jackson Gilman or Nicholas Sorensen should be the one to slide to that left back slot when they get Gavin Wetzel in at center back. And seems like the past few games he's kind of settled into having Sorensen there. Obviously, as we get into conference play, we'll know a little bit more, but Sorensen has played more on the left with Gilman in the center of the back line.
Kamath is able to break it up and get Incarnate Word going the other way. Combines with Tober. Sorensen's able to break it up. It's interesting you mentioned the conference play, Jason, because Pitt's already played 2 conference games. They're 0-2 in the ACC. Incarnate Word yet to start their conference slate. Coach Lara actually described this almost as a preseason game, or I think he called it a preseason conference game, where these are the type of experiences he's been working to get his squad to battle test them for the conference slate.
Yeah, I enjoyed what he had to say about that. He actually said there's an electricity unlocked when you get into conference play, and said in a way this becomes an interesting matchup because Pitt has already played 2 conference games, so they're kind of already at the point in their season where they have a ton of urgency and know what's at stake in each game, and Incarnate Word has yet to play a conference match just yet.
Sorensen, a ball over the top, trying to find Thorson. Can't quite connect. Now Pitt will try to peg the Cardinals back in their own defensive third.
But yeah, Kiki Lara said on November 15th, so end of the season, we have to be at our best. That's why we schedule these games against Pittsburgh and have to continue to get better, and these are the games that allow them to improve.
Well, they've clearly improved as the season's wore on. Obviously, a huge win at SMU last week. They took it into the weekend as well with another big 2-1 win against University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. So a 3-game win streak for the Cardinals coming in here. This is just their second away game of the season. SMU was the only other one that they've played to this point. So some great road challenges for this Cardinals team. Moxham under pressure. Finds Villamitjana, who combines with Badore. Panthers will look to bring it up through the middle third, see if they can create a goal-scoring opportunity. Definitely had the lion's share of possession, but just the one chance from Thorson so far. Badore tries to drop it on the foot of Grayson Carter. Can't quite control it. We saw a similar play to that in the Notre Dame game where Carter was bundled over by the Notre Dame keeper, but no penalty was awarded. But it looked very similar to that with Badore picking out Carter.
And it's interesting, David, the amount of service for Pitt this year that has come from balls like that, from Badore, from the midfield over the top of the back line. Those are tougher for Panther attackers to get the right angle on because the ball's coming from behind your head. And I think we'd like to see a little bit more service coming from the wings, makes it an easier angle for some of those attackers. Badore sends an excellent ball from the central midfield for Pitt, but makes it a little bit difficult for those attackers to read it in the air.
There you see Carter coming through the midfield, distributing out left to Reddenfors, driving down the left-hand side. Ball into the box, headed away. Gilman wins it back. Panthers back in possession. Sorensen with the turn. Finds Bertrand. Loses it off the end of his foot. Again cleared by the Cardinals. Back and forth ping pong action through the midfield right now. Sorensen to Wetzel as the Panthers look to switch the field of play over to Svenby on the far side, or Carter, sorry. There you see that ball from Sorensen. He's got great service on him. John is able to unlock the left-hand side. Reddenfors again, looking to drive, but pulls it back.
A nice job by Avanish come off there, playing right back for UIW as the Panthers turn it over. But Reddenfors, you could tell, was trying to beat him to that end line so he could get service in, but Kamath cuts off the angle, forces Reddenfors to come back, and ultimately a Pitt turnover.
Bit of an interesting contrast in this game to the one that we saw on Friday night between the Panthers and Irish. Not quite the level of intensity that we saw in the ACC match, but now here comes the Cardinals. Driving down the left, it's Segura.
Yeah, and I think you're right, David. That's an interesting point you make. It is different how Incarnate Word has approached Pitt compared to Notre Dame. I think the Irish provided that really high press right out of the gate, trying to force some Pitt mistakes. Seen a little bit of that from the Cardinals, but like you said, intensity just not quite as much as we saw on Friday in that 2-0 Notre Dame win. And I'll have to imagine that if Incarnate Word is able to force a Pitt mistake in the back and get on the board, we'll see them start to shift back even more.
Here come the Panthers. Thorson on the ball. Finds Svenby down the left, down the right, I'm sorry. Thorson again, very patient by Pitt. Thorson looking to distribute. He finds Svenby. Got the cross in, but it was deflected out for a corner. Really nice combination play between Thorson and Svenby there.
Yeah, that was a great ball from Thorson. I was kind of wondering who Svenby was looking for. Ultimately earned the corner, which Pitt is going to be happy about, but didn't quite look like he got that ball to the center of the box. Looked like he might have been trying to play Grayson Carter coming in on the overlapping run at the top of the box there, but nonetheless, Pitt going to get its first corner kick of the night here.
It's looking like Svenby's going to take it. Am I right in saying that, Jason?
I think it might be Reddenfors out there.
Reddenfors.
Svenby, I think, is back on the right of your screen here, more in the midfield.
Backdoor opportunity for Villamitjana. But it's scuffed away by Incarnate Word.
And I think Pitt's going to want that one back. Reddenfors is going to be offside there. I mean, that was a golden opportunity for Pitt. I mean, defensively for the Cardinals, I don't think they're happy with how they defended that corner. The ball bounced right around the 6 and just went straight into Villamitjana's chest, but kind of off balance. Was a tricky transfer for him to try and get that ball in a position where he could knock it in. But, wow, that was a close one for Pitt. And Alejandro De La Torre, the keeper for Incarnate Word, probably misplayed that one as well, but Villamitjana just couldn't quite settle it and knock it in.
Yeah, arrived at a weird height for
Yeah.
Villamitjana. It looked like he couldn't quite get around on it in time. Ball out of play. It's going to be a Pitt throw. They get it back in quickly.
And I think those are the ones you really want to capitalize on if you're Pitt, because this is a Pitt team that's really, really talented and possesses the ball so well. That's how teams are able to beat them, is forcing mistakes in the back. And so when Incarnate Word makes a mistake in the back, Pitt needs to be able to capitalize on that, and they've got to run here.
Here come the Panthers. Svenby plays out to Carter, but he can't connect with a teammate in the box. But again, the Panthers win it back quickly. It's Wetzel in a battle with Robles. Wins a foul. Pitt with the quick restart. Fedore turns his man, looks to move on through the midfield. Comes out to the left to Sorensen and connects with Villamitjana. There's the run by Thorson. Stabbed away. And there's Noe Robles, he's broken free. Plays it to the middle to connect with Diego Robles, but Moxham's there to gather it up. Pitt's able to turn around and start bringing it out.
One of the most dangerous chances there of the night for Incarnate Word, and well done by Moxham. Panthers defensive line working as a unit there. I think Gilman kind of took over after Wetzel got lost behind, and Moxham able to come out and cut off the angle.
Redden fours now down the left. Sorensen.
Positive so far, David, I think, for Pitt about 27 minutes in. You and I were talking before the game about how to get Albert Thorson more involved. I think they have done that. And we were just chatting pregame about, could Thorson be doing more? Is it just a matter of getting him more involved from the players around him? And I think tonight they've been working well together, getting him opportunities. He's made some really nice runs. He's played some really nice balls himself, too. And so it's nice to see him getting more touches.
I think Thorson's always going to be a better player when Svenby's on the pitch alongside of him as well. They're
right.
Both from Drammen, Norway. They have a great understanding with each other. They have great chemistry with each other. Right now we see Jacob Redenfors is on the ground. Sorensen talking to the referee.
And some frustration there. You could see a couple Panthers jawing with Bryce Tober from Incarnate Word. Now Gilman chatting with Diego Robles.
Ref's going to go have a look.
Previous sequence is under video review.
So we'll take a little pause as the referee takes a look to see if there was anything nefarious in that incident. Both teams will have a little break here. Pitt's training staff delivering the water bottles. So the referee, Austin Sani, over at the video review booth, having a look to see if there was a foul or an incident committed on Jacob Redenfors.
And I think it seems like, David, it was just a little bit of physicality from Tober on the Incarnate Word throw-in. He was marking Redenfors and maybe extended the arm a bit too far. I don't think we're going to get any sort of booking here. To me, there was not enough there. I think this was just a small shove that escalated into something more than it actually was. So, to me, this is a play on and throw the ball in, keep going. I don't think there's any need for a card here.
I trust your judgment. My question is, who's the guy in the white t-shirt with shorts over there?
That is Brooks Sandler.
Yeah?
works in video here at University of Pittsburgh.
He's the guy that makes all the TV stuff work.
He does the, he makes sure the reviews work over there. Does a nice job.
He's had a look, and he's going to talk to someone, and
Wow, okay.
yellow.
Yeah, I would have been shocked if it was any more than a yellow, David. As I said, I thought it was probably going to be nothing. Maybe a warning at most from Austin Siney, but he does pull out the yellow card, so that goes to Bryce Tober. Right wing there for Incarnate Word. And meanwhile, Renan Force was replaced, David, by Anders Bordoy. 26 for the Panthers is on to play left wing. He started a lot of games this year, so this is certainly nothing unfamiliar for him. He's gotten plenty of time on the wing for Pitt, and Memphis transfer has contributed a lot for them this year.
Well, I think we're all ready to get restarted now. Pitt looks like he's preparing another couple substitutions as well.
And Jay Vidovich still across the field from us, talking to fourth official Sergio Gonzalez, maybe just having some final discussions about the previous review there that resulted in the yellow card to Tober.
Over the top to Noé Robles. He gathers the ball, takes a shot, Moxham gathers. Second or third time we've seen Noé Robles get found up the top of the pitch and break free, take a charge towards the goal. Pitt will need to be careful with him. He's the man that scored the winner in the SMU game from the top of the box. So he's certainly capable of hurting you from a variety of areas, but not the least of which is 20 yards away from your goal.
And David Robles showing his positional versatility as well. He previously in the past couple games has played as a holding midfielder for Incarnate Word and playing up high.
Ball into the box for the Panthers. Headed away, Sorensen gathers, combines with Bordoy. Back to Sorensen. Bordoy again. Bordoy drives left. Cross over the top, can't connect with the Panther. Wetzel gathers on the far side. Nice little touch to Thorson.
Previous substitution of the Panthers, 26 Anders Bordoy.
Pitt taking control of the ball, knocking it around.
And a really good ball, I thought, by Bordoy there. Just unfortunate, no Panthers in the vicinity of where it landed.
Dore works to win it back in the midfield. Krenzel circling around. He's able to help the Cardinals take care of the ball. Back to Krenzel. Kamath fighting for it. Brings down Thorson. It's going to be a foul. That's going to be a yellow card. That's Arush Kamath with the second yellow of the match. Looked like he just had a bad touch. Thorson pounced on it. He fouled him in the aftermath.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the best performances we've seen from Thorson this year. He was another guy that was kind of nursing an injury to start the season, but he clearly looks like he's closer to 100% now. He's very active up there. Mentioned he's played some really nice balls himself and making some smart runs, and a good start to this match for him. And Marcos Silva, I think, is coming on for Pitt, and wondering if he's going to replace Thorson, but actually looks like Bertrand and Svenby, David, that are stepping out. So we haven't seen Thorson and Silva play together too much this year because they have kind of swapped out as the number 9, but they are going to both be out there now for Pitt.
Yeah, and we'll see if Silva plays out there on the right or if it leads to another switch and he ends up in the 9 with Thorson going out to the right. But like you said, they're interchangeable parts and both can do that, but either job. Josh Harden came on as well. You were talking about Thorson as well, and it looked like, you know, he was coming back to a little bit deeper into the midfield to be able to find the ball a bit more tonight as well. He's been very active underneath there, not just posting up between the centre backs, and so he's been really active, dropping into the midfield, and seems to be finding the ball a lot more as a result.
Yeah, now he actually may have shifted to a midfield role in the formation. Looks to me like Silva's playing the number 9. You've got Carter perhaps on the right, Bordeaux on the left, and Thorson maybe taking over at the 10 now with Bertrand out of the game.
Pitt was looking for a quick restart there, but referee calls it back.
And 30 minutes in, I think you like where you're at if you're Incarnate Word. I think Pitt has had more of the possession in the past few stages of this match, but for the Cardinals, I think the fact that you have it at 0-0, 31-minute mark, you're pleased. Just waiting for that opportunity to break through and trying to hold off what is a very dynamic Pitt attack when it's on.
Knocked out a play. It's going to be a throw for the Panthers. Bordeaux gives it to Sorensen to take. Finds Bedore. Panthers gain another throw in. Throw comes to Gilman. Lovely feet by Bedore again. Wetzel's able to get out wide. Finds Harden. Pass is just a little bit too heavy for Grayson Carter. So I think from a positional standpoint, you have Thorson dropping into more of a 10 role or a supporting 9. Looks like Grayson Carter's pinched in a little bit as the right winger, and Harden's looking for opportunities to jump up. So Pitt looking to turn the screws a little bit on Incarnate Word for the last 15 minutes of this half, 13 minutes or so. But yeah, to your point, Jay, Incarnate Word got to be thrilled with where they are right now. I mean, other than scoring a goal from a couple of your breakaway opportunities, it couldn't be going much better. I think, you know, they've been well organized and done a good job defending their goal and creating some opportunities or some play of their own. Obviously, they got some threats up the top of the pitch. Full of confidence, riding that 3-game win streak coming in here to Pittsburgh tonight. Referee plays an advantage, and Thorson finds Bordeaux, has a shot on goal. It's fought away by the keeper. Thorson finds the rebound, but drives it just wide. That was a nice breakaway, and I've got to say, a great advantage played by the ref, who recognized the foul, but Thorson had found the ball. He continued to allow play to go on, and Pitt got a goal-scoring opportunity as a result.
Yep, very well done by the center official, and great counterattack there by Pitt. I think one thing that we see Pitt do really well when they're at their best is get breaks like that, use their speed. Anders Bordeaux with a lot of pace on the outside. Thorson tried to get the rebound chance, but couldn't quite convert. It was tricky, had him off balance a little bit, but that can be the spot where Pitt is most dangerous on those counterattacks, when they unleash that speed that they have, and didn't quite convert that time, but 5 shots on the night for the Panthers, 2 on goal. You can see the offense starting to come together here in the late stages of the first half.
And some back and forth action there as well. There we had the Cardinals caught offside as the ball pinged back and forth. Moxham played a long ball to Pitt, which was cleared. Long ball came back the other way. Incarnate Word offside. Pitt will return it to the keeper again. Moxham will reset the Panthers coming out. Villamitjana.
You know, David, when you think about Pitt's best teams over the years, think about Bertrand Jacquesson and how they had the ability to just have the ball in their defensive third and you blinked and the ball was in the opposing box and you're creating goals just like that. And I think the Panthers are going to look to do that. Now, Anders Bordoy, not saying he's Bertrand Jacquesson, but he has a lot of pace, and you try and replicate that in a way to quickly go the other direction on a counterattack, trying to get opportunities like that.
Speed kills for sure. So if you have speed on your team and you can use it, and certainly Incarnate Word has some pacey players on their squad as well up top, and that's part of their game plan. So Pitt's obviously going to look to do similar stuff with their talent. Bordoy and Thorson combine again. Thorson really bright first half out of him, seen a lot of the ball. Harden to Wetzel, wins the free kick. Quickly finds Grayson Carter. Silva looked to play the cross in, but sailed over the crossbar. Going to be a goal kick to the Cardinals.
And Silva, as we said, David, he's been more in the number 9 role this year. He's typically been the one receiving the service throughout the season. That time he ended up playing the cross that obviously didn't go as he planned, and out for a goal kick. Was trying to find Panthers floating around the center of the box, but didn't get the angle he wanted.
Pressure by the Cardinals now. Sorensen's got to fight his way out the back. Toba chasing him. There's Thorson. He's able to hold off his defender. Plays the overlapping run to Bordoy. Bordoy with several Cardinals in pursuit. Connects with Thorson. Settles it down. Sorensen again out wide. Bordoy again. Grayson Carter able to distribute it out to the right. Ball in the box. Cleared away.
And I think that was Roshane Baker on the clearance for Incarnate Word. He's a key part and anchor on their defense. Guy from Kingston, Jamaica, former all-conference second team a season ago. Started every game for him last year. Wearing number 4 in black. Excellent job on the clearance.
A little bit of miscommunication on the part of the Panthers there. Villamitjana showing some frustration with Sorensen. I think he was looking to get played through there. Sorensen was looking for either Thorson or Silva through the top. Didn't happen.
Flag stays down. Thought we might see it go up there on the run from Martinez on that far side.
Couple new faces on for the Cardinals. That's Manny Martinez, number 20. And number 10, Juan Monreal, is on. So they've made a couple changes and looking to see if they can get a spark off their bench. Good depth on this Incarnate Word squad as well. They've got a number of interchangeable parts. That's something I really noticed in preparing for this game, watching some of their games, how they're able to rotate players through, and also you have a number of players that can play a number of different positions. So really good versatility within the squad. And now I see Cello Dipko coming on, South African, number 7. He replaces Diego Robles.
Yeah.
Either plays the right wing or up top.
And right on cue to what you were saying, David. I mean, you were just talking about the depth that they have, the versatility. I mean, this is a guy that has 14 goals in his career at Incarnate Word. That is a dangerous piece to come off the bench here in the 39th minute.
It does look like he'll play centre forward role. Panthers on the ball, seeing if they can get themselves on the score sheet before the half. Villamitjana finds Thorson, hits the crossbar. Incarnate Word scrambles it free. Great build-up play by Pitt there. Really nice effort created. They remain in possession.
I mean, that was a perfect ball from Villamitjana, and Thorson, for the second time today, hits the woodwork. I mean, already hit that right post early. That time off the crossbar. He's been all over for the Panthers, having a very impactful night, just trying to find the goal.
There's room to turn for Thorson. Connects with Villamitjana. The shot about a foot too high, sails over the crossbar. But those two players have been quite dynamic in this first half, Thorson and Villamitjana. They seem to be sniffing it a little bit there, and now we'll see another substitution for the Panthers as Loki Mattsson replaces Grayson Carter.
David, you can just sense a goal maybe starting to build for the Panthers. The problem is there's only about 5 minutes left in the first half, so you have a lot of momentum right now if you're Pitt. The last thing you want to do is halt all of it and take the 15-minute break and have to come back out for the second half without that momentum, but they are knocking on the door right now.
There's Loki trying to make an immediate impact, drives down the right. Now it's back over here on the left. Sorensen again. Nifty footwork, quick feet. Works his way across, switches the field, finds Harden. Out to Mattsson. Mattsson likes to get it in quick. Tries to deliver again, deflected out for the corner. Instant energy off the bench there. Pitt looking to get a lift from Loki Mattsson.
And I love the way Jay Vidovich is using his depth that he's talked about so much this year. I think as deep as his roster is, there have been times where we're wanting to see some more of those pieces come off the bench and get used for the Panthers, and we're seeing it tonight. You've had Marco Silva has come on. Josh Harden looks very good. Of course, he started a lot of games. Loki Mattsson and Anders Bordoy providing that speed on the outside. It's on full display tonight for the Panthers.
Anders Bordoy with the corner, lining it up, looking to provide the service into the box. Drives it, header. Just over the crossbar.
And David, I think that was the senior captain, Jackson Gilman, getting up and getting ahead on that. At 5'11", he's not exactly the tallest center back you'll see, slightly undersized to play that position, but wow, did he get up there and get ahead on that ball. Very impressive leap there from Gilman, and Panthers continuing to provide pressure.
Yeah, Gilman wins a lot of headers. Definitely been a lot of ball in the air and a lot of headers to be won tonight as well. Torres looked to play it out wide, but goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Panthers. And again, another throw down the right. Harden takes, combines with Villamitjana. Wetzel now. Again, looking to play through Villamitjana, but he's stretching for it, can't quite pull it off. But Loki Mattsson comes and finds it. Now there's a foot race. Dipko breaking free down the left.
That was a really crafty ball played to DePoco there for Incarnate Word, and he's got a lot of speed at the top of their formation. Gavin Wetzel did a nice job with Gilman to retreat and stall that attack.
Incarnate Word looks quite comfortable here in Pittsburgh tonight. Not overmatched, definitely a challenge on their hands, but The 0-0 scoreline is an accurate one and represents what's happened here in the first half. Pitt, some good chances, but hitting the post, hitting the crossbar. But the Cardinals have had a couple breakaways of their own and continue to have that sniff of danger about them. Pitt, just over a minute left before halftime. Bordoy seeing if he can force something loose.
1 minute in the first half.
Badore finds Villamitjana, connects with Harden. Harden delivers into the box. Can't quite find Thorson, and it goes out quite meekly for a goal kick.
And once again, Thorson making a nice run. Might have been shielded with the Incarnate Word defense. I'm not sure if he had a great view of where that ball from Harden was coming. A nicely sent ball by Harden, but Thorson just couldn't quite get there. And looking like we will go to halftime scoreless. And it has been a good first half.
Big booming goal kick deep into the Panther half. Wetzel being pursued by Manny Martinez.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And there is the halftime buzzer / whistle. 0-0 at halftime here in Pittsburgh. Jason, what are your thoughts on that first half?
Well, I thought you saw a lot of quality chances from us as the better team on their home turf, and I imagine that Coach Vidovic has made the necessary adjustments for them to go do that here in the remaining 45 minutes.
And we're off in the second half. Pitt, all in white, playing from left to right. Cardinals in all black from right to left.
And David, Josh Vicek, I see, is in for the Panthers. Looks like he's playing the 6 to start his second half as Badore is off the pitch to begin.
Yeah, a few changes for the Panthers. Looks like Santiago Ferrara playing the number 10 role. Loki Matson has remained out there at right wing. For Incarnate Word, Celo DePoco has stayed out in the center forward position. Manny Martinez, number 20, stays out there, as does Juan Monreal. So some different players starting the second half, has started the first, but that's all part of game management for these coaches with no re-entry in the second half. Variety of reasons to manage loads and manage substitutions and substitution opportunities, manage personnel. Cardinals get the first shot of the second half. It was Monreal, forces it to the left. Fairly harmlessly out. It'll be a goal kick to the Panthers with the restart.
And typically, David, this is where you see Pitt's depth, I think, start to help them a lot, is in the second half as these games wear on. Really helps, as you noted, to have fresh legs that you can bring off the bench. And with those substitution rules, you want to have that ability, but I think Incarnate Word has a lot of depth themselves.
Here come the Panthers. Bordoy provided the service in from the left-hand side. Couldn't quite get it to Thorson. It's forced out for a corner. Santiago Ferreira going over to take it.
And you like to see that Pitt has seemingly picked up right where they left off before the half. They were really pounding Incarnate Word going into the break and wondered if that momentum would carry into the second half, and that's a great way to start things off.
So Pitt stacking up around the penalty spot, looking to make runs from there on this corner. They find Villamitjana, heads it just over. Referee may have called a free kick there versus just a goal kick for the Cardinals. Villamitjana with a number of headed goals from set pieces this season. I think he's at 3 from set pieces, so he's a danger man. And for me, Villamitjana and Thorson were definitely the key players for Pitt in that first half. Thorson looking really bright from the center forward position, coming back to the midfield and combining with Villamitjana.
Yeah, I'm with you, David, and especially with Thorson. I thought he was maybe the MVP of the first half for the Panthers. He was doing a little bit of everything, creating chances, distributing, attacking goal himself, hit the crossbar and the post in that first half.
Here comes Pitt. Ferreira finds Bordoy down the left. Bordoy skirting around the outside of the box, finds Vicek. Sorensen, Villamitjana, and now the switch. He finds Harden out wide to Loki Matson on the right. Matson's able to get it back to Harden, but the ball's too heavy and it goes out for a goal kick. I think Josh Harden's really been a bright addition to this Pitt Panthers squad. Transferred in from Akron. Didn't know how much we'd see him with Casper Svenby being on this team, but Harden's seen a lot of time. Deputizing for Svenby in injury, but also as he's returned, he's really solidified himself as a right back option for this team.
Yeah, and we talked to Jay Vidovich recently. He said as Casper Svenby has gotten healthy, it's actually made his job a little bit harder because he believes that Josh Harden absolutely deserves to be on the pitch, but you can't exactly leave the reigning Conference Defensive Player of the Year off the pitch. And both have some positional versatility. I think he's going to find ways to get both of them out there and give them significant time. But Harden and Svenby have both been very efficient in that right back spot for Pitt so far.
Yeah, and traditionally over the years, Pitt's right backs have served as much as wingers as anything. You know, they do slide to that kind of three back, and the right back forces their way up the pitch. Here we see Harden working to find a way out from the back. Trying to get out of a tight spot. They win a throw-in.
Yeah, Vidovic actually also said that Casper Svenby has played left back in his time over in Norway and at Dayton, where he started his college career, and so you have that option as well.
Midfield battle going on there. Villamitjana is able to bring some calm. Now it's Gilman coming out, combines with Sorensen. He was looking to play it through to Thorson, but it didn't come off. The Cardinals are able to force it away. Now you see a through ball. And here it is, it's DePoco. Comes out left to Riera. Decent chance on goal, but Moxham's there to stop it. Moxham hasn't been that busy tonight, but when he's been called upon, he's made a couple big saves.
Yeah, you're right, David. A couple of tough situations for Moxham. Not too many, but he has been threatened a couple times and has risen to the occasion.
Here comes Loki Matson. Looks to play it across, just kind of floats it over the crossbar there. He'll be disappointed with that service. Looked like he was trying to find Thorson on the top of the 6-yard box, but just a little bit too heavy.
And it's that tough balance to find there on the outside. We've seen a couple times tonight Panthers have tried to get crosses in from the wing, and now going out for a goal kick. And you want to provide service from the end line and cross it in there, but you want to make sure you're smart about it as well. A couple times Panthers have maybe attempted an angle that they didn't have and creates a goal kick for the opposition.
Panthers reset again, back with Moxham. See the build out, comes out right, finds Harden. Villamitjana swinging it to the left to Thorson. It's a nice switch of the field right there. Now Bordoy drives.
That's a great tackle by Kamath. I think both outside backs, the Kamath twins, have been very good tonight for Incarnate Word.
DePoco looks to turn Wetzel there, but Moxon jumps off his lines, able to bang it out. Does Moxham get a shot attempt on that, Jason? I know Moxham will say yeah. Didn't know if that was going to be like a Tim Howard moment. You know, he once scored a goal for Everton against Bolton. It was a bit windier that day, though.
Those in the better days for your Everton side.
Oh, no, we're back, baby.
Yeah?
We're fifth or something.
Will it last, though, is the question.
Loki Matson now for Pitt. Mouth jumps up, wins a foul.
You know, David, you said Jack Moxham has not been tested too much tonight, and honestly, Alejandro De La Torre for Incarnate Word, you know, Pitt has been busy on that end. They have 9 shots, but only 2 of them on goal. So really, he's had to be smart in certain situations, but has only had to make 2 saves on the night, which is the same as Moxham for Pitt.
Yeah, that's pretty good comparison there, Jason. Vicek comes over, makes a play, wins his team a goal kick there. It's a nice defensive effort by Josh Vicek, who's playing in the holding center midfield position right now. Vicek will be thrilled to be out there, be looking to impress with the minutes he gets. Good young talent on this Panther team. Calm on the ball. Panthers very patient in the build. Wetzel can't quite find Matson there. It's driven away.
And David, I think this is an opportunity now here in the second half for some of these younger guys on the Pitt side to take their moment, make an impression. Talked about you have Bedore out to start the second half. No Svenby to begin half number 2. Some of the key pieces that I'm sure we'll see re-enter for the Panthers, but without them on the pitch, what can Pitt do here to get ahead in this match?
Yeah, the Panthers do have a number of pieces. We've heard Coach Vidovic talk before about having starters, having people that he can bring off the bench to lift the team, having finishers. And so he's definitely going to be looking for combinations of players or people to step up. And while Pitt is extremely patient in their build, in their approach, at some point they're going to start feeling the pressure to score a goal more urgently. And if Incarnate Word can get themselves on the score sheet, it's only going to turn the screws on the Panthers.
Well, David, I can tell you one thing you hate to see as a coach is a player like Lasse Dahl, who's out tonight, had his first career brace a week ago against Butler and then went out with an injury, missed the Notre Dame game Friday, has not played tonight. I don't expect we'll see him. And just as I say that, you've got another Panther down, but Dahl was playing some of the best soccer of his Pitt career and runs into an injury at an unfortunate time. It doesn't seem like anything that's going to keep him out the rest of the year, but this is now his second consecutive game that we have not seen Lasse Dahl, who was really playing well for Pitt as of late.
Yeah, Dahl's an impact player. Like you said, Pitt misses not having him available, but it's an opportunity for other players to step up. In particular, right now, Loki Matson down the right-hand side has an opportunity. Villamijana tidy on the ball. Looking to combine for Aaron Harden. Matson. Ferreira again. Pitt working it down the right-hand side. Matson. Finds Harden again. See if Pitt's able to find a way to penetrate that box. Ferreira unlocks Matson, but he's offside.
I think Arush Kamath has done a tremendous job there. Left back for Incarnate Word. I mean, he's just really tempting these Panther attackers to try and gain that extra step, start to make their run, but he's really timed his defense well, and creates the offside there from Mattson.
3 shutouts on the year for the Cardinals. Coming into this one, this is game number 8 for them. They've conceded just 5 goals, so well under a goal a game average against them. So this is not an unfamiliar position for them to be in.
And David, to be honest, I would not be surprised to see this Cardinals side in the NCAA tournament later this year. They're on a 3-game win streak right now. They've scored multiple goals in each of those wins and just seem to be putting the pieces together. I mean, we talked about they've already got a road win at SMU. They're right here hanging with Pitt. Just really impressed with what we've seen from them.
Yeah, they've been as advertised, to be honest. Anyone that underestimated them, hadn't seen them play, hadn't paid attention to the body of work, not only this season, but the last few seasons that they've been putting together under Kiki Lara. This is definitely a program that continues to be on the rise. A lot of guys with tenacity that take a lot of pride in this program. They're working collectively to continue to elevate the program.
And Kiki Lara made that clear in our conversation with him. He said a lot of people give them reputation that they're just a small school, a newer program with a really long name, but he made it clear they were very good at the NAIA level, very good at D2. So every level they've played at so far, they've been at the top of the division, and he believes the history of their program has been cemented, and now it's just about doing it at the D1 level. I thought we might see the flag go up there, huh, David?
Yeah, I did. Shane Baker banging it up high, but there's no one on the end of it. But that's where, if you're Pitt, you got to be careful. This Cardinals squad can sting you if you give them an opportunity. And as we mentioned, tenacious bunch. They're not going to go away. And Pitt's going to have to work for 90 minutes to get a result out of this one. Thorson battling.
Yeah, he continues to just do a little bit of everything for Pitt. I mean, he's being harassed by the Cardinal defenders. He had 2 or 3 of them on him there. It says a lot that Thorson has played the entire match so far tonight. I mean, he was banged up coming into the year. Has taken him some time to get back to 100%, but, I mean, he has looked like it tonight. He's been all over the pitch and just doing everything he can to get the Panthers ahead in this match.
And this has been much more the Albert Thorson that we know and recognize tonight, to be honest with you. He has continued to find the ball a lot, combine really well with Villamitjana there in the midfield. Some nice combination play there.
And even when Jay Vidovich put on Marco Silva and slid Thorson back into the 10, I thought even there he looked great.
And here goes Dipko. He's free and released. Tries to lob the keeper, just goes wide. Cello DePoco. What a golden opportunity. I thought that might be the first goal of the game right there. He broke the offside trap. Pitt with a high line, got good through ball, used his speed, but he wasn't able to find the final touch. Elected to lob the keeper rather than take him on.
And that is just about as good a chance as you're going to see. And Cello DePoco is absolutely going to want that one back. I mean, it was him and Moxham one-on-one. And like you said, David, he tried to chip the keeper and just missed a few yards to the right of that right post, and just not sure with his speed and his athleticism. I mean, even if you're not shooting from the top of the box, maybe you're thinking about touching it past Moxham. Just not what I would have expected there from a guy who's got 14 goals in his career.
Yeah, and I think he just got subbed off as well. And so he just basically walked right over and sat down on the bench. His coach, Kiki Lara, gave him a sort of, what was that type of thing? But also a handshake and a pat on the back. So I think, you know, they both recognize that that was a golden opportunity to get Incarnate word on the score sheet. For the Panthers right now, Nicholas Sorensen's down for the 2nd time in about the last 10 minutes. It looks like his night may well be done, but we shall see. Don't know what kind of injury he has.
Yeah, David, I really can't believe what we just saw from DePoco there. I mean, that is a guy that has so much experience, 42 starts in his career at Incarnate Word. Mentioned the 14 goals. He has been such an effective goal scorer for them and just completely squandered the opportunity there one-on-one with Moxham. And Panthers catch a break. Moxham trying to urge his team on here in the second half. He's certainly not happy that he was put in that 1v1 situation as the goalkeeper, but it'll be interesting to see what Pitt does defensively, assuming they're not going to have Sorensen here.
Yeah, and it looks like I see Gilman, I think, has shifted over to the left-hand side, and it looks like Logan Oliver has come on to play centre-back. But for Pitt, you're going to have a bit more urgency and a bit more determination to find the back of the net, and a little bit more, I think, desire to keep a clean sheet and to fight off this Incarnate Word team, because right now they are hanging around this game in a way that they'll be perfectly happy with. You've just seen they've had the best opportunity of the second half and the best opportunity of this half to break the deadlock. And I think for Pitt, there's just a lack of urgency to get the job done tonight. And while Kiki Lara talked about the fact that it was a bit of a pre-season game, or certainly a pre-conference season game, I think the Panthers have to show a bit more urgency to be able to get this result and get this job done tonight. Grayson Carter on in the middle now. It looks like Loki Mattsson's come off and Albert Thorson's pulled out wide right.
David, you and I said pregame when we talked to Kihi Lara, it just did not seem like he was phased at all. Wasn't intimidated. His guys were not intimidated by going into an ACC venue, and that's what we've seen tonight. They haven't backed down. They've threatened a few times throughout the night, and they look like a team that wants to win this match desperately here with less than 30 minutes to go, trying to find that goal that can put them ahead.
Yeah, and they've got some real talent still to bring off the bench for the last, 25 minutes of this game, or whenever they determine that they're going to bring them on.
And I think Jay Vidovich has to just have that feeling that he's using every tool in the box right now. I mean, Logan Oliver, who just came in at center back, has logged 14 total minutes on the season. And he's now put in a big spot here in this tie game. Gilman slides out to the left back spot. I mean, what do you think, David? You were a coach. Is this where, in Jay Vidovich's shoes, you're just looking for somebody to go and take the game right now and be assertive and make an impact?
I mean, you need the killer instinct in the final third, and that's really what's been lacking from Pitt's game. I mean, other than Thorson, you haven't seen a real desire to get into the box. I think sometimes the build-up's a bit too intricate, a bit too patient, and for me, I want a bit more urgency. Obviously, you want to play quick without being rushed. And at some point, you have to be able to convert the ball possession and time of possession into goal-scoring opportunities and quality goal-scoring opportunities, Other than, again, the two Thorson chances, the off the post and header off the crossbar, I don't think we've seen enough out of Pitt's offense to really danger to cause threats. And so I think that's really the next step for this team, is to be able to become more of an attacking threat, more dangerous in the final third.
Well, and to be fair, since you brought up Thorson, I mean, if his first attempt is 5 inches to the left and his header later on off the ball from Villamajana is 5 inches lower, we're talking about a 2-0 lead here for Pitt, but hit the woodwork twice and still tied here in the 66th minute.
Yeah, I mean, goals change everything, don't they? So without any goals, both teams on a level playing field right now, 0-0, and the whole game's in front of you with 25 minutes to go.
A yellow card there. I think that's the third against Incarnate Word, David.
And that one goes to 34, Giovanni Padilla, who pulled on a shirt.
It's now Tober, Arush Kamath, and Padilla with bookings for Incarnate Word.
Pitt able to switch the field quickly. Here's Harden over on the right-hand side. Finds Vicek in the middle. Logan Oliver. Wetzel, Villamitjana out wide, finds Hardens. So for me right there, I want to see Josh Harden cross that ball as soon as he gets a yard of daylight, cause some panic in the box for the Cardinals, force the issue a bit. Let Thorson go find something. You got Grayson Carter out there now playing the 10 or playing a winger position that's sliding in to a 10 like. You got Ferreira out there in the attacking center midfield. So I think you got to be able to utilize the pieces that you have out there right now. And here comes Villamitjana. Finds Bordoy out to the left. Bordoy in a foot race. It's going to go out, and that's going to be a goal kick to Incarnate Word.
Yeah, it's Avanish Kamath over on that far side playing right back, David. I just think they've both been excellent tonight. Arush on the left side, Avanish on the right. And, you know, we talked about it earlier. Those guys are JUCO transfers for Incarnate Word. I think it's one of the cool things about college soccer is, you know, you have these guys transfer in from the JUCO level, and they are playing really well against a team that was in the national quarterfinal at the D1 level a season ago. It's just really impressive what they've done tonight, and glad that they've been given this opportunity to play for Incarnate Word and face some big-time opponents.
Yeah, and there's not too many fellas from Mumbai, India playing Division I soccer as well.
No.
So credit to them that they've been able to play at this level, and obviously deservedly so, cutting their teeth at the JUCO level. And, you know, they have done very well on either side. And right now, Incarnate Word with the free kick, looking to get into Pitt's box. It's going to be a goal kick. Saw the ref put his whistle in his mouth there for a second, and I wondered if there might be a whistle, but there was nothing in it.
Yeah, to me, I think if there were anything there, it would have gone against Henderson, the attacker for Incarnate Word. I thought Oliver had better position, kind of shielded it out for the goal kick.
Pitt struggling to get out, and they give away a free kick. So it's going to be another opportunity for the Cardinals. Looks like Juan Monreal wants to take it, but he's also standing over there with Andre Riera. Arush Kamath over the ball as well. So a little powwow discussion going on to figure out who's going to take it. Cross comes over. It was Monreal with the cross. Bryce Tober puts one up in the air. Thorson bikes it out of danger. Forces it back into the Cardinals' half.
What a play by Thorson there. I mean, it's one thing to attempt the bicycle when you have a chance in the final third, but for him to use the bicycle as a clearance, that was a nifty play from him. And now another yellow card. This is the fourth against Incarnate Word. Emmanuel Martinez gets the booking that time for the challenge on Gavin Wetzel.
Yellow card shown to number 20, Manny Martinez.
And you could just tell that the Cardinals want this game. Obviously, crossing the line a bit too much on a few occasions and getting booked for it, but I think if you are Kiki Lara here, you would rather see your team be over aggressive and maybe get a couple yellows on the way if it means you're competing with the team that was in the national quarterfinal last season.
Yeah, and they're no stranger to this type of game. We knew coming in they're a tenacious bunch, and that's one of the hallmarks of this squad is their togetherness and their fight. So they're not going to shy away from this matchup. As Bordeaux flicks one on, Thorson got after it, but Della Torre was quick off his line. Gilman heads out. A couple more substitutions for Pitt coming on now. Looks like Zahir Dyke coming on for Oliver.
And so what you're going to see, David, is Jackson Gilman's going to slide into his more natural central back role, and Dyke has a bit more speed on the outside. He's going to be the left back for Pitt.
15, Zahir Dyke for 6, Logan Oliver. 8, Jacob Lupping for 18, Joshua Beecham.
But once again, I mean, alluded to it briefly with Logan Oliver, had only 14 minutes coming into tonight. Similar here with Zahir Dyke. He has played in just one game on the season for Pitt, 22 minutes a week ago against Butler, but that was a game that Pitt was leading pretty much the entire way. Ended up winning 4-1, in control the entire match. This is a different story here, David. We're at 71st minute, tied score, and Zahir Dyke is thrust into a big opportunity to try and help the Panthers get ahead.
Yeah, not only that, I've seen Jacob Lopping coming on, number 8. He's playing down here in front of us on the right-hand side.
And again, you know, you talked about the re-entry rules at halftime. No re-entry in the second half, but we still have not seen Tomas Bedore or Kasper Svenby, two of the most talented players on this Pitt side. You wonder at what point they might enter here with just 19 minutes remaining and no overtime in the college game in the regular season. So once we hit 90 minutes, that's it. We have not seen Bedore or Svenby in the second half.
I saw Bedore come out of the locker room late after the rest of the team. He returned to the dugout, so I wondered if maybe he was getting treatment for something. But you're right, we haven't seen him, and I'm not sure if we will. But perhaps there's still 19 minutes left in this game. There's Dyke down the left-hand side. He's combining with Silva now, who replaced Bordeaux. Santiago Ferreira, he's sitting more deep in holding center midfield now as Lopping plays the more attacking center midfield role. Wetzel finds Grayson Carter. Out to Dyke. There's Lopping. Now Silva on the left. To Lopping. Lopping takes a rip, but it's over the crossbar.
And I liked what we saw there from David on the from Dyke, I should say, David, on the far side. I mean, I think it's been the type of game where Panthers on the wings are either looking to beat the outside back or drop the ball back. Instead, Dyke plays the ball. Kind of a cheeky pass into the center there for Lopping, who turns and hits. Just had too much on it, but one of the better opportunities we've seen in the last 15 minutes or so for the Panthers.
And some substitutions for Incarnate Word. I see Noah Robles coming back on. I see Evan Krenzel coming back on. And I believe I saw Diego Robles coming back on. So perhaps the finishers for Incarnate Word to see if they can get themselves on the score sheet, get themselves a victory here in Pittsburgh tonight, and upset a second ACC team on the road this season. Villamijana. Scooped away by Wetzel. Is able to find Harden down the right-hand side. Connects with Thorson. Back heel doesn't quite come off. Here's Thorson again. He's worked extremely hard tonight. Mason Cardick coming past the shirt pull. Villamijana to Wetzel, out to Harden. As the Panthers look to recycle it down this right-hand side.
And we see it once again there, David, in certain moments where you just wish you'd see Harden try and beat that outside back. He cuts it back, ends up dropping it, and then you turn it over to Incarnate Word. And thankfully you have a guy like Gavin Wetzel that I think has done a nice job tonight just beating those Cardinal attackers to the ball. But Panthers trying to break through from the outside in the final third and haven't had many opportunities to do so.
Another substitution for the Cardinals. Looks like Paco Segura coming back on, number 11. Going to take his place down this left-hand side. The Panthers looking to play their way out of their own penalty area. There is a giveaway. Robles skies one over towards the scoreboard. But the Cardinals forced a turnover in Pitt's box.
Yeah, and that's something that just can't happen if you're Pitt, and they are lucky that they caught a break again. You've now had the one-on-one from earlier with DePoco going on Moxham on his own, and this time Robles with a prime opportunity to score and skies it, but that is not the place you can make a turnover if you're Pitt.
And Robles is the guy that bent one inside the post against SMU, and so
Yeah.
I don't think you want to give him too many opportunities. I don't think he could believe his luck there when he got past the ball there right around the penalty spot, and he just leaned too far back and blasted it over the bar. But that was a second golden opportunity wasted by the Cardinals.
And we've got under 15 minutes left in this game, David, and as many chances as Pitt has had, I think Kiki Lara, despite the fact that he's tied with Pitt, is going to think, wow, we really had opportunities to win this match. And even one there, Diego Robles, just about unmarked, David, on that set piece. And just in the past few minutes here, we kind of seen the momentum shift. I mean, Pitt, you know, they might not have a goal, but they dominated really the first 25 minutes of this second half. And just over the last few, Incarnate Word has had their chances.
And there's a big blast out by Moxham, but at least it gets the ball far away from your own penalty area to the safety of the relative safety of the halfway line. And here they come now again. It's Evan Krensel, blasts one into the side net, and
yeah, Noe Robles, David, was calling for that ball. He motioned to his teammate at the end of that one that he thought, I mean, really, it was a 3-on-2 there for Incarnate Word. If that cross comes square across the center of the box, probably would have presented a better opportunity than trying to shoot from a tough angle.
Moxham comes out wide to Harden. Villamajana plays it straight out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Incarnate Word.
And this is just rare, David. I mean, especially from Villamajana. He's the one that committed the turnover in the box that led to the chance, and then they're just not connecting with Harden. I mean, Villamajana is one of the best midfielders in the ACC and maybe in the country. So to see a couple consecutive errant passes there from him is not what you're used to seeing.
No, not at all. Diego Robles now chasing it down, coming at Moxham. Moxham plays it out to Dyke, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in in the final third to the Cardinals. See a bit more of the effects of tired legs on this hot Pittsburgh late summer evening. Both teams battling for it in the center midfield. Wetzel sends it home to Moxham. Now can Harden and Wetzel combine to get it out? They cannot. Wetzel skies one out of play. It's going to be another throw for Incarnate Word.
And I think if you're Pitt right now, you need a reset. It has not been pretty in the past few minutes of this second half, but there are 11 minutes left in this game, and if you can find a way to score a goal,
now would be a good time.
Another good run there from Incarnate Word. If you can find a way to score a goal, you can set aside some of the concerns from tonight and assess them throughout the week. But right now, your goal is just getting a goal on the board. And then you can go back and look at the tape throughout this week as you get ready for Maryland. But right now, it's about finding a way to score.
Yes, a bit too sloppy. Robles bangs one to the far side of the pitch to Diego Robles. Cardinals looking to get forward. Noe at the back post tries to bring it down. It just trickles out for a goal kick. But again, the Cardinals putting pressure on Pitt at the back. Looking like the more dangerous side, the most recent portion of this half. Pitt crowd trying to stir their team onto the score sheet.
And David, I think at this point, 81st minute, you wonder if there is some concern health-wise about Bedore or Svenby. Obviously, Svenby missed portions of the season early.
Here's Silva. Ferreira at the top of the box. Villamijana wants it. Can't get a shot off. He's turned away from goal. Panthers are going to have to reset again. Here's Ferreira. Out wide to Dyke.
I know, David, you said you saw Bedore come out after the rest of the team for the second half. So, not sure what's going on there, but he was wearing the armband today. Key piece of this team we haven't seen in the second half.
Grayson Carter looks like he might have been fouled on the top of the box. There's a drive by Jakob Lopping. It's parried away by the keeper. The Cardinals are able to clear the danger. Thought Carter might have got fouled on the top of the box there, but the ref played on. Silva was looking for Villamijana. Panthers play it out to the left. Zahir Dyke now takes his man on. Cross comes over. Thorson went for the splash play, the bicycle kick.
There's definitely an urgency in the past couple sequences, David, with Pitt that they did not have over the last 10 minutes or so. They're kicking into gear here.
Dyke again. Tries to drive it over. It's cleared away by the Cardinals.
I think Jakob Lopping has given him a couple really good chances. Thorson trying the bicycle, didn't exactly make contact or convert, but you like to see the effort.
Here comes Silva now, driving the line. Looks like the pass was too heavy and the ball went out before the cross. Got an opportunity to get played over. Panthers will have to reset and try again. Clock continues to tick, approaching 83-minute mark. De La Torre's kick is kept in by Robles. He's able to find Paco Segura. He dribbles it out of play. Panthers are going to have a throw in. Villamijana in the middle of the field. Combines with Lopping. Lopping charging through the midfield. There's Grayson Carter. Knocks it out wide. It's Harden. Can't quite get to it. Arush Kamath gets there first.
Yeah, not only does he get there first, David, he wins the throw-in. I mean, just excellent effort from Arush Kamath to not only make the clearance, but to deflect it off the Panther player and win the throw for Incarnate Word. Really tremendous effort.
Continues an impressive season for the Cardinals. Here's Marco Silva for Pitt. Meets resistance at the top of the penalty area. Incarnate Word looking to play their way out. But the Robleses ran into each other and jammed themselves up, and now Pitt has the ball again with Lopping. Villamejana and Ferreira working on the build. Marco Silva now. Dyke back to Silva. Silva with the service, headed away. Shane Baker. Villamejana, he's been active, seen a lot of the ball, moved it well, but hasn't been able to help Pitt break through. There's Villamejana again. Forced backwards. It's Wetzel now returning to the Pitt half.
And players like Villamejana can seemingly do whatever they want with the ball at their feet, but he clearly was surveying, trying to find an option to distribute and just couldn't find one. And he's given everything he's got. He's played the entire match tonight for Pitt.
Long ball out. Torres looking for Segura. Takes a rip, Moxham with the save. Haka, Segura, shot on goal. Moxham throws it out. It's Villamejana now. Looking for Thorson, but it's forced away. Cardinals have it again. Through ball to Robles. There's a ball across. Diego Robles over the crossbar. The Panthers dodge another bullet.
David, you can tell both teams want this game. Incarnate Word with another golden opportunity to take the lead, but we're seeing things, tempo of this game picking up here in the late stages. Just under 4 minutes remaining. What a chance for the Cardinals.
Kamath forcing the ball away. It's going to be another Pitt throw. How many quality chances now for the Cardinals in this second half, Jay? 4 or 5? What do you
Yeah, it's got to be right around there. I mean, you had the one-on-one with DePoco and Moxham. You had the giveaway from Villamejana that Noe Robles couldn't convert on. You had this last one here. I mean, it's got to be around 4 or 5 golden chances in this second half, and that's why Kiki Lara, you would think, would be satisfied with a draw against Pitt, but the chances they've had, he might walk out of here wishing that they had won this match with the opportunities that they've been able to have in the second half here.
And it looks like the Cardinals are preparing one last substitution. Looks like the Panthers are done making substitutions in this contest. Harden is fouled. It's a free kick to Pitt. They play it quickly. Here's Villamejana on it in the midfield.
Unnecessary foul there from Kamath. He's had Harden's number for a lot of this night. Did not need to put the forearm in the back there and concede the free kick.
Lopping, looking for options. Can only find Villamejana. Dyke out to Silva on the left. Silva taking on his man. Service across. There's Lopping. There's Thorson. Fumbles it just wide of the goal. Thorson is slow to get up. Della Torre going to take the goal kick and probably take his time in doing so. Final roll of the dice for the Cardinals.
Wow, and in some ways, David, that feels like it's been the story of the night, is Albert Thorson making things happen for Pitt, being in the right position, getting opportunities, but just unable to convert. He's been so close on multiple occasions here tonight, but once again, couldn't quite get turned around to get an angle on that shot.
And there's Danny Ordonez. He's just come on, number 8. He plays it through to Robles. Robles is offside. The flag is up, but the ref's going to let Pitt just play it out of the back. It's in Moxham's hands. Out to Dyke on the left. To Silva. Silva meets resistance, back out to Dyke. To Lopping. Finds Grayson Carter. Fought away by the Cardinals. It's driven up the field. It's Noe Robles. chasing after it. Can't keep it in.
Yeah, and I think Robles is running out of gas there, David. I mean, we've seen some shot attempts at point blank that he struggled with here in the second half. That time couldn't quite keep that ball in. I mean, you have to figure that's one of your last chances to go and win this game, and he couldn't get to that ball.
Moxham drives it on the field. Here's Harden. 1 minute left in this contest now. Harden lays it off for Thorson on the right. Thorson tries to dance his way through. Can't do it. Loses out. It's a goal kick to the Cardinals.
And once again, David, I mean, Arush Kamath not just clearing the danger, but not conceding a corner or a pit throw, winning a goal kick somehow. He has been tremendous at left back for the Cardinals tonight, and that should just about do it for this game. I think they're going to try and get one last Incarnate Word run here, but Arush Kamath making things difficult all night for Pitt. I think they took a look at the clock there, wanted to make sure they had it. 89-22, it's now stopped. And that's going to be just enough time potentially for one last run here in this match. But on the flip side, if you're Pitt, you can get a quick turnover. You've got a chance to make a chance yourself, but time's certainly running out.
De La Torre with the big kick into the Pitt half. Villamajana heads it. Midfield battle going on. Here's Carter. There's a foul. 25 seconds left. Lopping. There's Harden. Lopping finds Thorson. Back out wide to Lopping. Can he get it into the box?
10, 9, 8,
Struggles with the cross. It's going to be cleared away.
5, 4, 3, 2,
And that's going to do it. 90 minutes in the book. That's game over.